Whew. Okay, subscribers, welcome back. Hopefully you just checked out my SmackDown review that I just did, and if you're a TNA fan, check out my TNA review. Um, so I'm going to do Raw predictions for what's tomorrow's date? Um, Tomorrow's actually the first, October 1st. So this is my Raw predictions for October 1st, 2012. Halloween is 30 days away. Um, I'm very normally feel kind of excited to watch Raw, but for this Raw, I don't think this Raw is gonna be good for some reason. And the reason I say that is because I'm unsure. I'm unsure if John Cena is gonna be on there. And last week we had Mick Foley. I highly doubt he's gonna be there this week. Plus Jerry Lawler is still gone. So the Jerry Lawler interview kind of saved Raw a little bit because Raw still kind of had like a bad cloud hovering over it because of the heart attack thing, you know. So we have no Jerry Lawler, no Mick Foley, maybe no Cena. I don't know. So I'm just. And hopefully you watched my Raw review last week. These is all the things I did for my Raw review. So basically, for my predictions, I'm just going to read over everything I did for my Raw review. Hopefully you watched it. So, what I predict? Let me see. I think I predict that I feel like CM Punk is going to open the show. I just feel that CM Punk and Paul Heyman. Because you know CM Punk is going to be mad because John Cena took him out last week at the end of the last week's Raw. So I know CM Punk likes to talk. So I have a feeling that CM Punk is going to open the show. If it isn't CM Punk, it could possibly be AJ. But I think CM Punk is going to open the show with Paul Heyman and talk about how John Cena hit him with the lead pipe bomb joke, and basically how he deserves respect as the WWE champion, which has been the same thing he's been talking about for the past 2 months. So I don't think this week is going to be any different. So I think CM Punk will open the show. I could be wrong, but I think CM Punk will open the show. There's been a lot of speculation about John Cena's injury. We're not really sure how much time he has left. I did a video about it. It's on my channel. You can check it out. But John Cena could be out for 6 weeks out of wrestling. Last week he was on. He was still on Monday Night Raw. He wasn't physically well. He wasn't that physically active. He did attack CM Punk with a lead pipe, but he wasn't in a ring wrestling. So John Cena is basically out for a month and maybe 1 to 2 weeks. I'm not sure how that will affect Raw. I have no idea if John Cena will just stay home and recover, or will he come to Raw but have like backstage roles, like speaking roles. I'm not sure. He was on last week's Raw. Will he be on this week's Raw? It's possible. I have no idea. WWE may just have him backstage, even though it may be just best for him just to stay home and just recover and then come back before Hell in a Cell. It's possible, but you know I don't take this the wrong way, but the one good thing about John Cena being injured is that the Big Show has just returned last week. So well, I can't even say that because the Big Show just became number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. So I was about to say that he could feud with the CM Punk could feud with the Big Show since John Cena's injured, but the Big Show is the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, so he wouldn't be coming after Punk for the WWE Champion. But I have no idea who CM Punk is going to like. What does CM Punk have to do now? Because John Cena's injured, Jerry Lawler's gone. Those were the two people he were attacking. So who does he go after now? Yes, the Big Show has returned, but he's the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. So he would have a feud with Sheamus, not Punk. So my question is, what is CM Punk going to be doing on this Raw? Obviously, I know he's going to come out and talk in the beginning of the show, but I don't know. Who knows? So, let me see. Obviously, let me go down. So, obviously, you're gonna see on Raw, you're gonna see Ziggler and Vicky. You're gonna see Kofi, R-Truth from Little Jimmy. You're gonna see Prime Time because they weren't on SmackDown. So most likely they're gonna be on Raw. The tag team tournament may continue on Raw. So you can see Prime Time. I know Prime Time is gonna be on there. The Usos won. I mean, not the Usos. The Rhodes Scholars won on SmackDown. So there's a possibility that the Rhodes Scholars could go against Prime Time on Raw, or they could go against Primo Epico. So Prime Time is either going to face Rhodes Scholars or Primo Epico. Let me see. I wonder if we're going to have a special guest, because last week we had Mick Foley, but I don't know. Most likely you're going to see The Miz on Raw, because his talk show got destroyed on SmackDown and Raw. So The Miz is going to be on Raw. You're going to see Ryback. Ryback has been doing good. Going to see Ryback on Raw. Let me see. You're going to see Kane and Dan Bryan. Their continuation of their therapy sessions, which have been going on for like 2 months now. You're going to see Kane and Dan Bryan with Dr. Shelby. I can't really say that the therapy sessions are really helping them at all. I'm still surprised that they're tag team champions. That was just shocking, really. But you're going to see Kane and Dan Bryan with Dr. Shelby. Del Rio and Ricardo Rodriguez will most likely be on Raw with David Otunga. Hopefully we get to see 619 and Sin Cara tag team up against. I wonder will they be in a tournament. Now, Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio, one of the tag team champions from Daniel Bryan and Kane, that would be nice. I would love to see Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio tag team together, or at least go against each other. Either or. But Prime Time could go against 619 Sin Cara. But I don't know if Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara are in a tag team tournament. It's possible. We could have 2 tag team tournament matches. We could have Primo and Epico versus Prime Time. And we could have the Rhodes Scholars versus Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. I don't know, but there will be a tag team tournament match. I don't have to predict that. I know that, but the question is, who's going to be in it? I hope Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara are in it. Let me see. Wade Barrett will probably be on Raw. He had his first match on SmackDown last week after returning 2 weeks ago. So he will most likely be on Raw. You may see Tyson Kidd. If he isn't on Raw, he most likely will be on Superstars. We may have another Jerry Lawler update. We had an interview with him last week, but I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do to fill the slot. Plus, Randy Orton is injured, supposedly, so Randy Orton may not be on this week's Raw. But I guess I can guarantee that the Big Show will be on Raw. Most likely, since he just returned, he will be on Raw. But I have no idea who he will go after. I don't think it will be Punk. I don't think it will be. Because he's no more contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, gotta wait and see. Sheamus wasn't in a match in SmackDown. So, Sheamus will most likely have a match on Raw. So, you will see Otunga. You will see Ricardo Rodriguez. You will see Del Rio. We'll see Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, Sheamus. It's a possibility, even though Randy Orton is injured, he may still come to Raw and attack Del Rio again. It's possible. I just noted that Primetime was watching a match last week. So it could be possible that Primetime could face Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. That would be a tough match. Because Primetime they're too cocky to me. Everyone knows if you watch my reviews. You know, I liked Primetime in the beginning when they were trying to make a name for themselves. But once they reached the top, they started getting a little too cocky for me. So I don't like them. But they are a good team though. So it's possible that Primetime can face Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara next week. Let me see. You will see some Divas action. Eve and Beth Phoenix have been having a feud recently. Eve tried to suspend Beth Phoenix indefinitely on SmackDown, but the decision was reversed by Booker T. So I know Beth Phoenix is going to be coming for Eve because whoever attacked Caitlyn at Night of Champions before her match with Layla had blonde hair. The only people that have blonde hair in the Divas division are Beth Phoenix, Natalya, and Kelly. So why did Eve just single out Beth Phoenix and suspend her and not all of them, you know? So I can guarantee Beth Phoenix is mad about that, and Beth Phoenix is coming after Eve. I personally think Eve attacked her, but it said she had blonde hair, so Eve could have put a wig on, you know? But it's the surveillance tape said that whoever attacked Beth Phoenix had blonde hair. I'm not Beth Phoenix and the Caitlyn, they had blonde hair. So I would love to see the surveillance tape of that. But I can guarantee that Beth Phoenix will be coming after Eve. So we will have some Divas action. Brodus Clay wasn't on SmackDown, so we probably will see Brodus Clay on Raw. Last week he faced Tenzai. I don't think he will face Tenzai again. The Big Show has returned, so we could possibly see Big Show versus Brodus Clay, my predictions, or Big Show versus Tenzai. It's possible. But Ryback versus Tenzai versus a good match. I would love to see this. Ryback versus Brodus Clay. The Big Show versus Lord Tenzai. Awesome match. Or triple threat match. Triple threat. Brodus Clay versus Tenzai versus the Big Show. That would be good. That would get you high ratings. So that's basically it. Those are my predictions. Really. Like I said, CM Punk will most likely start this show, and somehow CM Punk will most likely end the show. The Big Show has returned, so look out for him. What else do I predict? I'm not sure if John Cena will be there because his injury. If he does there, he will probably have a backstage role, or he may come out to talk a little bit, but he won't be in a ring, or he may just stay home. Beth Phoenix is going to come after Eve. There will be some tag team tournament matches. And Randy Orton, if he's healed, will come after Del Rio. So that's basically a highlight of everything. So hopefully this Monday Night Raw turns out good. Hopefully we have a special guest or something, but we have to wait and see. So this is my Raw. Those are my Raw predictions for October 1st, 2012. If you like this video, you can like it. If you dislike it, you can dislike it. Leave your comments. If it requires a response, you will get one within 24 hours. Make sure you check out my channel. I just did a SmackDown review before this. I did TNA review yesterday, if you're a TNA fan. And I did Your Questions Answered Part 4. Your Questions Answered Part 5 will come out later this week. And my Raw review will be up this Tuesday. So make sure you check out all the videos on my channel. Make sure you subscribe.